Audio test. We're live. What's up, YouTube? Looks like we already got people here. Awesome. So, guys, this is what we want you to do. If you're watching the replay or if you're live with me now, as you join, hit that like button if you can hear it and you can see me, and smash that like button if you want to find one product that can make you 6 figures. That's what we're going to be breaking down. How can you start an online Amazon business? How can you start an online business and find a product that's going to sell 24/7, 365 every single week at 4:30 CST, 5:30 EST? We're going live for 30 minutes with the millionaires, where you can get your questions answered. You can get game and insight on where you are in business, whether you're starting out, if you're already up and running, or you're trying to scale. So there's not really any curriculum. There's nothing fixed. This is our time together so we can help you get to the next level. Side, so I can't see any questions. So guys, down below, go ahead and drop your questions down, guys. I want to help you guys get to the next level. So any questions you guys have, drop them down below. And if you want to read some off on Instagram, Marcel, as we're waiting, we could do that too. Guys, the only dumb question is a question that does not get asked. So again, I want to do this show, and if it sticks and it grows and we get good feedback, well, a lot of good feedback for you guys. It seems every single week, people. So as long as you guys enjoy it, you guys are getting value from it, we'll continue to do it. So down below on YouTube, go ahead and drop your questions. We'll also be taking some questions on YouTube. That way you can be in the interface and you can work with us and you can see all the other questions. So we'll leave this up for a couple minutes. So Carly, if it's not already in progress, like you already didn't create the shipping plan and print the labels and the product's already being moved, then there is an option within the inventory system underneath the shipping queue, right? There is like a little delete or reject, and if you click that, then you can cancel it. The thing is, you can create new ones as well. Like if for some reason you're adding more inventory or less inventory, or it's a different location, you can also do that. If you're not seeing a delete or a reject option, then I would just create a new shipping plan. Like I said, from whether if it's a different location or different amount, quantity, or you messed up on something, so on and so forth, go ahead and do it, and it shouldn't hold you back. Cool. Supplier changed the packaging. Yeah, I would just create a new one with the new packaging, whether it's the packaging dimensions or packaging size or packaging quantity, whichever one of those it was. Just go ahead and update it with which one it is, and you'll be good to go. Yep, you're absolutely welcome. You got any questions on Instagram?
Have to ask, it seems like there's a few experts like you out there. Why are you the best to work with?
Yeah, so I get asked this question all the time. The question from Instagram was, there's tons of people in the space. Why do I feel I'm the best to work with? So first and foremost, I won't say that I'm the best. I do feel that I'm very, very good at what I've done for a few different reasons. Number one, I've done this and been in this industry for over 7 years. 2015, 2016, we risked space. So we've done over 8 figures just ourselves, which translates to 7 figures profit. And I've been on both sides of the business. So what we did is we started business to consumer on Amazon, and I branched out into business to business on the wholesale side. So I did both of them simultaneously. So when I'm teaching about business strategy with Amazon private label versus wholesale and so on and so forth, it's nothing about speculation. It's from someone who literally was partners in a 50,000 square foot warehouse, had 50 employees, was shipping 18 wheelers every single week to Amazon, had wholesale clients and wholesale customers. So I'm speaking not from speculation, but from experience when it comes to the difference in the business models. We've generated multiple 7 figures in the business before we got into the education. Any of you guys who are OGs who've been watching me or watching the channel, and this is a cool thing, like if you go on Instagram at official Joshua Crisp, or you go on my YouTube channel, which you guys are here, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you're going to see for the last 5-6 years I've been posting religiously, and you'll be able to see the progress. You'll be able to see my own results. You'll be able to see everything that we were doing, right? So I'm not saying that a lot of people have results, because there's other people who have made more money selling on Amazon than me. I'm not the largest Amazon seller, but what I've done, and here's something that a lot of people I don't think are transparent about, and I'm just going to state the elephant in the room. A lot of people who are big Amazon sellers will show you 25 million, 30 million, 50 million, 100 million, even private label businesses or wholesale businesses. Here's the thing. You're not starting those businesses without 7 figures of investments. So the thing is, when I started this business, I transitioned from making minimum wage, living in a 1-bedroom apartment, um, married at the time, like two children struggling, and I hustled up money through arbitrage to get my first product, took that first product and scaled it and made a ton of money. The grind's a little bit different, and I think it's a little bit more difficult to start the business with one product versus to start the business and you're already educated, you have business partners, you have access to 6 or 7 figures in capital. So that's kind of the difference between me and some other people as well. Like, I really built this thing from the mud with little to no money. And what I teach, we help 2 different types of people. We help people who are looking to learn a high income skill set where they can build a business, learn how to build the business, run the build business, manage the business themselves. And we work with investors who believe in the business and they want us to build the business for them and help them manage it, so on and so forth. So I've been on all 3 ends of the spectrum. So a few other things that separate us, like, and I don't want to spend too much time on this, but a few things that separate us from everybody else is just number one, if you like compare all of the information that's out there, no, there's not one Amazon YouTube channel, not one Amazon educator on Instagram or on TikTok who has more free, valuable, actual content that you can go apply and get results with than us. So that's something that we pride ourselves in. That's the big separator. Like, I usually tell people when they ask us that, like, yo, what's the difference between you and everybody else? Just go do your due diligence. Like, look at the results. We've gotten results for ourselves. We've gotten results for others. We've been doing this for a very long time. And I'm not about the cars and the jewelry and the lifestyle, even though that stuff's cool. I'm about building real businesses and growing and creating financial freedom for our families, right? So that was a really good question. Thoughts on selling in the metaverse? Oregon Gooner, awesome question. So I recently bought an Oculus. I bought a couple, actually. I bought one for my wife. I bought one. My friends bought one. Also looking at real estate in the metaverse. So I can't talk too much about that right now because this is still early on in development. I do think the future is going to be virtual reality. Some of my speculations about the future and what I think is, I think that, like, right now, Amazon's going big on video. So the key reason to get started with Amazon, when you get started with Amazon, you want to focus on building a brand and building out that brand. So the first step to building out a brand is getting A+ content and getting brand registry. When you unlock brand registry and you become brand certified, which means you have a trademark and you're a brand registered brand on Amazon, you unlock access to video, you unlock access to A+ content. My speculation, my theory is, in the very near future, Amazon is going to partner with Facebook for virtual reality, or Amazon will do its own virtual reality. There will be its own retail stores. Here's something that's interesting about retail. You can make retail more efficient through prime shipping, but you can't take the physical touch and the physical experience and the physical communication out of it. And some people generally like going to the store. They like being in environments. They like mingling and talking. They like seeing and touching. That's things that people do. So imagine if you had a 3D virtual reality set on and it knew the dimensions of your body, and you could go and put this on and you could go into Amazon's virtual reality store, and now you can look at clothes and you can see them on you before you buy them, and you can make sure that they could fit. I think that's something that's going to be in the future. I think another thing that's going to be in the future is where you can take pictures of that. So Amazon has been on top of their game with the technology, and you see Facebook just changed their name to Meta. They're working on the Oculus. Me personally using the Oculus, it's ridiculous. I did not think it was going to be anything near how it was. I was playing a few games that had jetpacks and like flying and stuff, and like I had to chill because I was getting motion sickness, because I really felt like I was like, like that feeling you get when you're on a plane or you're bungee jumping or something like that. You really feel that inside because of how real it is. So I think the future with retail and the future with Amazon is going to have something to do more with video, number one, and definitely virtual reality. So for our community, we're looking into some real estate in the metaverse, and we're looking to do some really cool stuff right now. We're developing a server for the AMZ formula. So everybody's in any of our programs, AMZ formula, AMZ together, AMZ Max, any of our programs, we're building out a server. So instead of just Facebook groups and a Telegram chat and traditional email, we have a custom server. So that's kind of like the introduction of getting everything into this new technology, just so we can serve our clients and communicate with our clients at a higher level. So that was an awesome question. That's definitely something, even outside of Amazon, I'm doing a lot of research. Like I've invested recently a lot in Mana for Decentraland. I'm invested in Sandbox. I'm looking at not only acquiring more of the coins and the tokens, but also the actual digital assets as well when it comes to real estate, something me and my wife are looking into. Hey, Josh, how do I get past the analysis paralysis phase when product researching? That's a really good question. Make sure that on Instagram, we're getting everybody over to YouTube as well. So analysis paralysis, this is so funny. Like, this is so funny because everybody struggles with this when you're getting started. And this is when I'm teaching seminars or like I'm speaking live from stage or I'm doing a challenge or an event or anything. Usually day one, I spend, or in the first like 30 minutes of the speech, I spend so much time on the fundamentals of the business because, and I want you guys to take notes. Like when you guys show up to these calls every week, take notes, make sure you won't remember all of this. And a sharp pencil is better than a sharp mind. But I talk much about the fundamentals because finding the product isn't hard. Like I just recorded some videos today. Like both of these products, this product is doing 6 figures. This product's doing $1.5 million a month. They're generating about $400,000 to $500,000 profit per month. You can go look it up if you have AMZ Hunter, or Jungle Scout, or Helium 10. Go look it up. They're doing like $1.5 million per month gross, around 350 to 400 net, depending on their profit margins. The hard part isn't finding the product, developing the product, making the product better, creating the Amazon listing, running PPC. That's not the hard problem, the hard part. So many people think that's the hard part. The hard part is training your mind because you're doing something new. And that sounds like it's BS and it sounds like it's fluff, but I'm going to be completely honest. So many people, it's so crazy because so many people don't want a get rich quick thing. They want a real business, a real investment, but they start the thing and then they expect to get rich quick results. And when it doesn't align, the two doesn't align, then they start to have like an objection or they start to have an internal disbelief where they don't want to continue or they lose faith in the business. So here's the thing, the huge, like, and I deal with this. I've helped thousands of people across the globe. The number one big self-limiting belief, an objection that everybody has is, what if I don't find a good product? What if I find a bad product? What if my product fails? And here's the crazy thing. All products on Amazon sell. If a product is on Amazon's marketplace within their catalog, it sells. Here's the thing that you want to look at. Not what if I find a product that fails. Most often when we review products from clients, like we have people who, there's two different types of clients that we have. We have clients who are smart and they understand, okay, there's only two ways to learn something. You learn through other people's experience and you don't make the same mistakes and you save time and money, or you learn by your own experience. And when you learn through your own experience, it always costs more money and more time. Like you can become a mechanic by researching and reading books and learning, being out there in your backyard or your front yard during your spare time, or you can go to a mechanical school, learn from a mechanic and cut time and cut money, right? Well, I learned through my own experience, and it took me, over a year to learn how to do this Amazon thing, and I wasted a ton of money and a ton of time. Where I'm going at with this is when people get started, they don't understand all of that, right? So, and they always think it's the product. And when we're reviewing clients' products or when we're reviewing products that clients previously launched, it's usually not the product that was bad. It was the person that was bad. It's usually a person problem, not a product problem. So first and foremost, all products sell, right? All products on Amazon are good products, right? With the exception of products that violate their TOS. It's very simple. Go look up Amazon's terms of service or TOS. It'll state it out and you'll be like, wow, all this was obvious. I can't sell drugs on Amazon. I can't sell drug paraphernalia on Amazon. I can't sell ammunition for firearms on Amazon. All of this stuff, I can't sell tobacco products. Like all of this stuff is common sense. But outside of that, when you launch products and they don't do well, there's so many different variables. Was the picture attractive? Right? Was the price too high? Was the pricing right? Was the listing good? How are you advertising it? The thing is, there's 150 million plus Prime members, right? And there's only 2.5 to 3 million sellers. If you launch a product on Amazon, it doesn't sell, it doesn't mean it's a bad product. How we identify a product or a good product from a bad product is, okay, we do our preliminary research, we do our due diligence, and we identify how much do we feel that this product is going to make us? How many units is it going to sell? What are we trying to make? If you're trying to generate $3,000 profit per month, then what you would look for is you would look for a product that sells 10 units per day at $10 profit. So once we identify we want to make $3,000, this is how much we have to sell at this much profit margin. Now, when you're doing product research, you can change the filters to find products that meet that criteria. Then when you find these products, you want to just go through all the different data points. Is it going to continue to sell 7 days a week? Is it selling throughout the year? Is it trending, right? Is it not patented? All these different things. And we have so many touch points that we cover in the program. But when you do all of that, then you really limit the risk. Of course, there's still risk in any business, but the greatest risk is starting something and having a lack of knowledge, right? The greatest risk, like I started working out and I hired a personal trainer. Why did I hire a personal trainer? I think I can go to YouTube and type in chest exercises in a gym, and I can go and write down 5 chest exercises, and I can adjust the weights myself to what I need, right? I think that's easy. I can do that. I hired a personal trainer to go to the gym because I didn't want to injure myself. Well, how do you injure yourself? They don't talk about posture. They don't talk about correct form. They just talk about these are the machines. This is how you should use them. This is the weight, so on and so forth. Well, the greatest mistake that you can make is doing something that you don't know how to do, right? And that's the big problem. When we see people fail, they fail because they started prematurely. And Warren Buffett says, don't invest in anything that you don't thoroughly understand or know. So how do you get past analysis paralysis? Number one, understand that anything you do will work as long as you don't give up. There's only two. If you look at analysis paralysis, let's establish the root to why people don't start. People don't start because of the fear of failure. Well, fear is an acronym that stands for false evidence appeal. And the definition of fear is caution and present danger. There is never going to be a real or present danger that's around starting a business. So let's eliminate fear. Fear doesn't exist. That's a self-limiting belief, and that's a misuse of the actual word fear. What you have is an anxiety over an undesirable outcome. The undesirable outcome is not a result or not making money or not success. So if you understand that's what's causing the anxiety, and then you understand there's only 2 ways that you can not be successful. Number one is not starting, and number 2, giving up. It's going to help you overcome that analysis paralysis because everybody starts find their first product. They don't know the time frame from when they're going to make their first 10,000, 100,000, $1 million. And what separates the people that give up and don't get any results and just go on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and never get anywhere in life, and the people that truly become financially free, that truly become independent, that truly become 6-figure business owners and 7-figure earners, is they're willing to do whatever it takes. And they understand that, okay, I've tried all these other things and it didn't work. I'm going to go all in on this and I'm going to make it work. It has to work. And understanding that and having that mindset be really solidified and concrete when you're starting anything, not just an Amazon business, is the secret. And on my YouTube channel, you guys should check it out. I'm not going to go too much into it, but I do a lecture on the 3-step framework to being successful at anything and everything, right? And it's basically identify an opportunity, take action on opportunity, don't give up on an opportunity. But if you understand that framework and you listen to that lecture, it'll help you out tremendously. Really good question, by the way. Also, guys, if you're still here and you're on the YouTube channel, do me 2 favors really quick. Smash that like button to let me know you can hear me, you can see me, and let me know that you guys are getting value and you like this, because we look at the views, we look at the watchers, and we look at the likes, and that's how we gauge if we're going to keep doing this. So make sure we get a ton of likes on the video. And if you guys are not subscribed, just take a second right now, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell next to it, because every week we drop new videos and every week we're going live. Awesome. Are there big delays with manufacturing overseas? Caprice, good question. So there's not big delays, but I do want you guys to understand that manufacturing overseas there's multiple other variables than manufacturing domestically. So when you manufacture airplanes, dealing with FedEx or UPS, right? Or USPS, which is the U.S. service. When you manufacture overseas, you have VAT, you have exporting and importing, you have all the regulations tied to that. You have different types of logistics, right? So you have airplane if you're shipping via air, which is usually 5 days, 3 to 5 days, and then you have additionally what everybody ships. And when you ship by sea, it can take 30 to 45 days. Now, airplane costs significantly more, but it's quicker, and the plane is cheaper, but it takes longer, right? So these are variables in China to different. There's a different time zone, right? They're like different religions, so they have different Chinese holidays where they're not working. So these are all things that you want to put into effect when you're doing your due diligence about launching your product, manufacturing your product, when you're looking at timeframes. So I think there's a conception like, oh, well, China products A. These are the two biggest misconceptions or limiting beliefs that I think are internal and not factual. Number one, all China products are low quality, or China products that are manufactured in China are lower quality than US. That's false, because if you look at Apple, which sells for 4 to 5 times more than all of their competitors, all of us use them because their stuff rocks. Like, we hoard their packaging because their packaging is so good. So that's false, right? And if you look at the bottom of any Apple product, it says designed in California, manufactured in China, right? Or made in China. So that's false. The other one is it takes significantly longer. Now, the actual manufacturing process does not take significantly longer. We've often see it be quicker because the workforce and the availability of the raw materials to manufacture the product is more available. What makes it a longer process are all these variables we talked about: VATs, importing, exporting, customs, air shipping or sea shipping. Sea shipping being the one that's more commonly used, which is already a month to a month and 2 weeks, a month to a week and a half by itself, right? So there's more variables and much touch points. But the reason why we use international suppliers is because we cannot have the same margins or manufacture the same quality at the same price domestically. So people always ask, well, Josh, can I make my products in the US? Sure, I did it for years. But there's going to come to a point where, when you're doing your due diligence, compare domestic suppliers and manufacturers to internet. Hey, I was to advertise the packaging and in my marketing, the USA, made in the USA. There's going to be a small bump in increased conversions, people who want to support American made stuff, but not enough to justify the dramatic increase in the cost that it costs to manufacture the product, and the dramatic decrease in the margin, the net profit margin for the company. So that's why all these huge companies go offshores or internationally, not just for manufacturing, but even for fulfillment. You call any large 8, 9, 10-figure company, even their customer service is outsourced, right? So those are two huge things that I feel that are internal disbeliefs and things that are not true. They're false, right? Once you get over those, it's really going to help you. So great question. Greetings from ATL. What's going on? What are your thoughts on hiring someone to assist with my PPC campaigns? Great question. So PPC is something that usually you love it and you want to learn it and you become addicted to learning it and improving and mastering it and getting better. Or it's something where you're like, okay, I want nothing to do with this. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with learning how to do it and doing it yourself or outsourcing. I think that you shouldn't deal with the anxiety and the stress and the frustration of learning it if you don't want to learn it to try to save money. I see a lot of people make that mistake. At AMZ Hunter, we actually do PVC. Like, we're not an agency, but we do offer that because we offer it in-house for our DFY clients. But we, watch channel, and of course, people who are in AMZ formula. So if you feel like, hey, I want nothing to do with this, then reach out to us and see if we, or you don't want to run PPC. Your business isn't going to grow if somebody's running it for you, even if you pay them a fee. So I hope that makes sense. I see a lot of people make the mistake of not hiring someone to do PPC. because they want to learn it themselves and save the money, but they know they hate it and they're not really putting 100% of their effort in, and the thing doesn't work out. You never successfully launched your product. Therefore, it's not a product problem. That computer?
No, nothing else is closed right
Oh,
now.
forgive me, guys. IT made a mistake. They dropped the ball. They didn't hardwire. They didn't hardwire into our router, so we're running Wi-Fi and it's streaming. I'm just kidding. I got to give them crap. Yeah, maybe remove all the NFT stuff. All right, cool. Yeah, by the way, these shows are uncensored, guys. Where are we at on questions? I worked on a 20K line of credit, then we game on. Cool. So if the old shipping plan is not fulfilled, I won't be penalized whatsoever because everything's basically changed. Yeah, Carly, unless you actually initiate it and like someone comes to pick up your stuff, then you're good. You can have as many of them and just overwrite them as possible. But there is a delete option within it or a cancel. Yeah, you can print them out, but if no one comes and picks up, like you don't initiate it and someone comes to pick it up, then no, you won't pay for it. Hi Joshua, do you know Scott? He said that he's one of your advisors. I've been talking to him about having us build a store. Can you confirm? Yes, we have a very large team. Yes, Scott is a part of our team. Sunday. How much should I need to have to start a store? Cool, great question. So I actually have a few videos on here, like how much does it cost to start an Amazon business? So after this, you should definitely check those out because it goes massive and deep. I break everything down, I show everything. But what we typically tell people, whether they're doing this with us or doing it by themselves, or we're building everything out for you, is typically you want to set aside around $5,000 for your product development, and the basic starting point of your PPC. Understand that when you're starting PPC, to find winning keywords that are going to help you rank for keywords so you can gain traction. But also understand that every time you sell a product, every 2 weeks you're getting paid from Amazon. So when you're starting first sale, every 2 weeks you're getting paid via ACH wire directly, ACH transfer directly to your account. But $5,000 D is a good starting point for your first initial order, shipping, product development, and for like a small starting budget to get everything set up within PPC. I hate talking about like how much does it cost or how long does it take, because in this business it's almost like fitness. If you were to ask me like how much weight do I need to lift to be able to bench press X, or how long will it take until I have a six pack, no trainer, regardless of how good they are and the results they've gotten for themselves, can tell you that. All they can tell you is what they've seen or what they've done themselves. So whenever I'm talking about like how much does it cost or how long does it take, that's where I'm getting those two answers. I'm getting them from my previous experience and the experience of what we've seen with our clients. So that can go up, it can go down, just full disclosure, full transparency. At what point do you think it's time to select your second product? Sayla, good question. So once you have your product up and running, it's developed, you've created it, you have your PPC running, you have your keywords selected, and you're kind of hitting a ceiling, or you're close to hitting a ceiling where you can't increase the sales significantly or exponentially more, then it's time to launch the second product. Can you launch more than one product at the same time? Yes, you can. Usually for beginners, it's good to do one product at a time. For beginners, if you're doing it yourself or doing it with us, but you can launch more than one product. You can do that. And when you should start a new product or go out and do, well, let me answer this a little bit differently. When should you start doing product research for your second product? Immediately. When should you launch a second product? Once your first product is sustaining sales and you're kind of approaching the ceiling. How do we know when we're approaching the ceiling? When we have all of our keywords optimized, we're getting sales every single day, and we can't spend more money internally on Amazon PPC because the search volume is not there. So if you're spending $200 a day on ads, and you go crank it to 250 and it's spending 200, then on Amazon's platform, when you're sustaining sales and you can't scale it anymore, and you're approaching or have approached that ceiling or that threshold, then I would get ready to launch that second product. But I would always do product research and have products in your pipeline that you're testing, or that you're researching? Good question. Um, Hi, Josh. I just joined AMZ today. Awesome. Congratulations. Welcome to the family. What advice would you give me, the new guy, on his first day in the program? Awesome question. And again, congrats and welcome to the family. So here's a few things. So, word of advice. Anything new can become overwhelming, and whenever you creates anxiety. So don't become overwhelmed and identify anxiety when it kicks in, because it will kick in, because this is something new, and new things create a feeling of being overwhelmed. So understand that does happen with anything, and eliminate it when it does happen. Number one. Number two, understand this is a marathon, not a sprint. So this is huge, and I tell everybody that starts out, like, being successful is a marathon, not a sprint. Do you want to know the secret why the 1% is successful and the 99% does not? Because there is no marathon getting up and going to the same job for the next 40 years. There's no, the only effort is getting up and going to work. You know exactly what you're going to do. You know an exact guaranteed outcome. And the crazy thing is, on both sides, desirable and non-desirable. The desirable outcome is there's no risk, because you know you're doing the same thing every single day and you're going to get the same results. The non-desirable outcome is you'll never be able to obtain your dreams, even though you have dreams. You kind of just stop focusing on them. The reason why people create so much anxiety when they're starting a new business is because they don't know a guaranteed outcome. They don't have, you go from having a regimen, a routine of doing the same thing every single day and knowing that you're getting results every single day, to doing different things every single day and not knowing when you'll get a result. So that's the big thing. So understand it's a marathon, not a sprint. The 1% are successful while the 99% are not, because the 1% will not give up. That's it. Not because the 1% are smarter than you, look better than you, have more money than you, have more credit than you, are from a better country than you. All of those are self-limiting, eternal disbeliefs. The only reason the 1% get results, the 99% do not, is because the 1% will not give up. I'm here in this chair right now, and I've had the success that I've had because I identified an opportunity. I took action on an opportunity, and I did not give up. Did I lose money? Yes. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. I lost almost everything that I had, but I knew if I gave up, I would go right back to where I was, which is that regimen and that routine, doing the same thing every single day, being miserable. So the desirable outcome that you have to be successful has to be so big that you're not worried about how long it takes or how stressful it is or the anxiety, because you know it has to work, or it has to work, and you're not going to give up until it does work. Because the only way that you won't be successful if you don't give up is if the thing is a scam. Okay, so what are scams? Drinking water and losing 50 pounds. That's a scam, right? What is water? Not working out, buying some magical device and getting ripped. Those are scams. Supply and demand and selling physical products that people have everyday uses for on the biggest platform in the world works. It has worked before Amazon. Let me give you an example. Walmart. It worked before Walmart. Let me give you an example. Stands outside of castles, which were blacksmiths, where they sold things that people needed within the kingdom when there was lords and ladies. So going back and back and back, even BC, before Christ, the business model of supply and demand has always existed and has always worked. So when you understand this business has worked, will work, continue to work, then you will get results, and it will work if you work. Remember earlier I said that oftentimes people don't have a product problem, it's a people problem. Well, that goes for the success of anything that you're doing as well. Well, the thing didn't work. Well, did you give up? Well, yeah, because I wasn't getting results. Okay, cool. Well, give up because you weren't getting results, because it got hard, because I was tired of it, because it was frustrating. These are all things that are not going to kill you. These are all things that just took you away from the path that you were on that was going to get you to success. So what happens is you move away from discomfort and towards comfort. And what I can tell you over the last 7 years in being a multimillionaire is the farther you move away from comfort, the richer you get. Okay. I was not a public speaker. I didn't like talking to people. I didn't like coming out of my house. The more I started to speak, the more money I started to make. Right. I make $3-4 million a year not talking to anybody. Why should I talk to somebody? Well, because now I make 8 figures. So point of that story is the farther you get out of your comfort zone, the more money you will make, right? Because growth does not come from comfort. Logically, it's a principle that doesn't exist. That's why our children go through things called growing pains. Growing physically, anatomically within our business causes pain to children. So how could you expect to grow financially with any type of pain? So just think about these things, and that's why a few other things is um, understand the business. Through the correct wash because they want to get results quick. Think about it. If you were going under surgery, would you choose a surgeon that can do the surgery in 1 hour or a surgeon that can do the surgery in 3 hours? You're going to ask yourself, what is the 2 hour difference? Are you cutting corners? Are you doing things that shouldn't be done? Like, are you putting as much attention to detail that needs to be done so I have the highest chances of recovering from this surgery? Now, what if I told you, well, with the 1 hour, you have a higher chance of dying? Would you try to save time? No, you would want to spend more time. So the presence is the same analogy. You should spend more time to get more results. And even though that makes a logical sense when I talk about it in the surgery analogy, so many people go through and they rush through the program, they rush through calls, they don't show up to the calls because they want that end result, right? So understand it's a journey, understand it's a marathon, not a sprint. Everything works. The business works, the fundamentals works, the program works. Depending on what program you're on, like if you're part of our AMZ Formula Max or Inner Circle, you have coaching calls with amazing coaches. You have a coaching call with me. And even if you're only a part of the AMZ Formula and you just have the curriculum, inside that curriculum, it is everything I know about Amazon and everything I've used personally to generate 8 figures. And also, every single year we update the course. So the course is not outdated. I know a lot of people, I've heard a lot of complaints from people that join our stuff that were in previous people's stuff. The stuff hasn't been recorded in 5 years. It's outdated. The stuff doesn't work. The platform doesn't look the same. Every single years in a row, I've re-recorded 150 plus videos, over 13 hours of content because so much changed. So every single year, I don't know how much I'm going to record, but every single year I update the program to make sure you guys have the most up-to-date content, just because I pride myself on that. Do you primarily use sourcing agents to purchase bulk, or do you communicate with suppliers and traders yourself? Good question. So we have a team overseas in China that does this for us and for our clients, that works for our company. But before we had this conglomerate or this large company that was international, what I would do is I would find the products. When I found the products, I would then reach out to suppliers. Now, suppliers, it still kind of works the same, but if you're doing this yourself, you can go to Alibaba.com and you can reach out to suppliers. Understand that the way it works is you have manufacturers, and then you have suppliers, and then you also have people who are kind of like middlemen. They're called trading companies, and trading companies are pretty much like brokers in the insurance agency, right? They will broker out and try to find you the best price and then add some margin on top of it. And that's how they make money. A lot of people that are starting out that source products and have products made are actually dealing with brokers, which are trading companies and not manufacturers or suppliers. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you can't identify them, or you don't know how to identify them, or sometimes your order is too small and you can't deal with a manufacturer or supplier. But understanding the difference between the two and how to identify that will help. Simply look at their product profile. Maybe it'll say Trading Co. Also, a big way to identify the difference is how many people work for them, how long have they been in business, what is the annual revenue. These are all things that we look at. Now, like if you're one of our clients, like we have a team overseas in China where they communicate in Chinese and find the actual supplier, the same supplier that are manufacturing like common huge brands, right? And we just get better pricing and a little bit better results because they're native, right? Whenever you're not native to an area, even if you're really, really like, even if I went and did product research, found a product and reached out to someone, I'm really, really good, but I can't communicate in their language and I don't look like them. And I'm communicating in different time zones, so on and so forth. So I'm always going to pay a different price. So these are a few things that you want to think about. Like what I used to do back in the day, because we scaled up significantly before I owned any of this, and we had this huge team of 100+ employees, is I would go hire someone on Upwork or Fiverr who spoke Chinese and wrote Chinese, and I would have them write my stuff. I would have them write my stuff and create voice memos and reach out to suppliers so it looked a little bit more authentic. And that, believe it or not, would also decrease the amount of prices, and increase the speed of which the communication took place as well. Because you got to understand, when you're reaching out to suppliers internationally, not only is there the big time difference, there's also the language barrier. Like, English is not their main language, and a lot of people get frustrated and they don't know that. Like, it took me a long time to understand how to text and email effectively with people outside the country, and usually it's like in bullet point alphabetical or numerical chronological order, like a list, like almost like a shopping list, more than like this paragraph like I would do with our team now currently. So those are some things that'll help. On the time. How much time is it in?
45 minutes.
Wow. All right. My team said we're 15 minutes over. You guys getting value? If you guys are getting value, down below in the chat, say we're getting value. Also, how many people are in here and how many likes do we have, E? Also, guys, if you're in here live with me, this is what I need you guys to do. I need everybody to go smash the like button right now. If you got just one gem that you think is going to save you some time or some money, or was something that you didn't know. Also, if you guys are watching this right now, you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit the red button that says subscribe, click the notification bell. Every single week, guys, we drop 2 videos. I don't sell you anything in the videos. They're not sales pitches. They're just videos where I'm literally trying to help you guys save time and save money, because I've made all these mistakes. And smart people learn from other people's mistakes. So that's my gift to you guys. Again, we aim to being the most knowledgeable and best channel when it comes to Amazon education. So we pride ourselves on that. We're working really hard, me and the team. And we're still not 100% sure if we're going to do this every single Friday. So if you guys are subscribing, you guys are liking, you guys are showing up, then we'll do it every Friday, and try to help you guys as much as I can. Cool. Let's answer 3 more questions.
39 likes, 51 people in here.
Cool. All right. Yeah, let's highlight some more questions, guys. We'll do 3 more questions. Also, can you pin the link to in here to AMZ Together? I've seen a few people, guys. I'm not ignoring you. I'm really trying to skip the questions where people ask me about the programs and stuff, because I want to focus on over delivering and giving you guys monumental value during this time. I kind of have like Evergreen, which are pre-recorded videos that explain what we do at our company, how much it costs, and all that stuff. So if you're on here for the first time, or you're on here and you want to work with us, rather working with us where we hold your hand and show you how to start this business step by step. We give you the training, we give you the templates, we give you the coaching, we give you the education, we give you the confidence, and we hold you accountable. Or you believe in this business, you shop on Amazon, you're already an investor, you believe in this business, and you want us to build a business for you, work with you, and help you scale your e-commerce business and possibly one day sell it. Visit www.amztogether.com, www.amztogether.com. My team will pin it down below. And it's real simple. You put your email in there. Next page, you watch a 20-minute video. You'll see me and my team's results. You'll see tons of our clients that are crushing it. You'll see how this business works, why it'll continue to work. And then there's nothing for sale. If you're like, hey, I want to do this, this is something I want to do, then you'll schedule a 15-minute call with my team. They'll answer all your questions. They'll break down all the different packages that we have. We have consulting, we have programs, we have investment opportunities. So that's why I skipped past all those questions. But if you're interested, check that link out. Is AMZ Max still on sale? I never discount the programs because I feel like it disvalues the actual value of the program, right? And if you don't pay attention. And the smaller the transaction, the smaller the transformation. So I discounted AMZ Formula and AMZ Formula Max, which are 2 of our best-selling programs, AMZ programs, for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. But those are gone. But just because they're not on sale anymore, you missed the sale, I wouldn't not join, because to invest, the program is $9.97, and AMZ Formula's Max coaching and mentorship is only $49.97. To invest that and build a business that can generate you $3,000 to $10,000 profit per month, the return is unmatched anywhere. Like you can't go do that in the S&P. You can't do that. You might be able to do it in crypto, but crypto is super volatile, right? So in my personal opinion, it's an amazing investment. Quickest way to trademark your brand through Amazon brand registry to prevent potential hijackers. Man, good question. Specific question. Guys, in order to be prolific, you have to be specific. So Amazon recently rolled out a new program. It's actually still in beta where they're partnering with lawyers, and you can actually go into the brand registry and it'll show you this inside of your Seller Central app where you can pay. And I will be honest, the research that I've done and the clients who have done it, it is significantly more. It's not a little bit more. It's significantly more than if you were to go buy your trademark. Like you can go buy a trademark for $300 all the way up to like $1,200, depending on classification, country, product, all these different variables. I've seen clients do this for $1,200 to $2,500, doing it through an Amazon preferred partner law firm. And when you do that through Amazon's preferred partner law firm, what happens is they actually give you instant access to brand registry, which unlocks A+ content. So me personally, any brands we start in the future or any of our clients' brands, I'm advising to pay the extra money to do a trademark through a Amazon preferred partner, because traditionally, like all the trademarks that we have taken 9 months, 12 months, 13 months. So to be able to get an approval in 5 days and pay double is worth the money that's going to be lost through not having an optimized listing or being able to tap into video for another 9 to 10 months. Again, you have to do your due diligence on that. You have to identify what's best for you financially and for your business. That's just my personal opinion. Great question. And then you can just go to regular websites like Rocket Lawyer, LegalZoom to do trademarks. We also have an internal team not an internal team, but a partner team that we work with that helps with LLCs, tax savings, business credit, trademarks, the whole 9 yards. So if that's something you're interested in, just reach out to our team. You can email support@amzformula.com and they can connect you. Awesome. Yep, go ahead, E.
I have another question on here.
Is that TikTok?
It's
Instagram? Yep, go ahead.
I can't find his name, but he said, "Would you advise changing your product every season?"
Would you advise changing your product every season? Good question. No, I would find a product like the steam cleaner that sells every season, 24/7, 365. Now, with that being said, I do have one product that you can kind of change. And I don't know how to give you guys an example for this, but if you can change, well, I guess the example I always use is I like Reese's, right? The candy, it's like peanut butter and chocolate. During Halloween, they'll change the packaging. During Christmas, they'll change the packaging. So if you have a product that is relevant or where you can increase the consumer experience, or you can increase the marketing, or you can increase just the experience in general or the feel of the product during specific times of the year with that specific outcome, you can kind of go and you can change some stuff around. But the most sustainable, easy to manage things are just set it and forget it, boring products that people need every single day, 24/7, 365. They've been using, they're going to need it now, and they're going to need it in the future. Like, I don't know, what are these? Utensil holders. People are never going to stop cooking. Even if they're flying in the metaverse like I was the other day, I still need to go home and cook food for my kids. And I'm not putting these dirty, greasy silverware on the actual countertop. I'm cleaning them. I'm putting them in here, right? And a steam cleaner, people are always going to have wrinkles, right? Even if you're in the NFT, even if you're in the metaverse, you're going to have to go out in public and you're not going to want a wrinkly shirt. So find products that are going to sell 24/7, 365, right? People are going to be using cell phones for a very long time. And these products are all around us. So find products. And again, for our clients and what I teach in the AMZ formula, there's an extensive, robust checklist that we look for. Like the more specific you are in the beginning when you're doing product research and your checklist, the less risk you're going to have when you go to launch a product. Because if you do your due diligence and you cross your T's and dot your I's, if your product is not working when you launch it, it is not a product problem. 7 out of 10 times, it is not a product problem. Your marketing sucks. Your listing sucks. Your images sucks. You didn't do the research correctly on your price, and your price is way too high, or your price, we have brands ourselves. Every time I've looked at a product, it's always a person or it's something to do with the listing, right? Sense. So do your due diligence, cross your T's, dot your I's, do your homework. Is this selling? Like, and ask yourself these simple questions. Has this been selling before Amazon and before I wanted to start? Will this continue to sell once I get started? And will people need this in the future to come? That's a very simple question that all of you guys can ask yourself. Once you ask, just go through other questions. Will people buy this 7 days a week? If you're 18 or you're 65, will you buy my product? If you're a male or you're a female, will you buy my product? If you live in Florida or you live in Chicago, will you buy my product? Just start building out your own robust list and just start knocking these out. And now when you're looking at a product, okay, 18-year-olds have phones, 65-year-olds have phones. This can be used in Florida. This can be used in Texas or Chicago. People have had phones in the past. People have phones right now. People will have phones in the future. Like, look at your product, and when you're doing your research, do that. Now, again, if you're in the AMZ formula or you're one of our clients or mentees, we give you our entire checklist, right? So you have all that. But if you're not, and like, just think about it, the more that you can do upfront before spending your money or investing in a product, the less risk you will have. And the greatest risk of all is not starting, because if you do nothing, you'll get no results, right? So with that being said, guys, we'll go ahead and end it out. Last chance, guys. If you haven't, it takes let's just do it together. On 3, let's smash the like button. If you haven't smashed the like button, it's the little hand on YouTube in the corner. On 3, 1, 2, 3, boop. Let's smash the like button. I appreciate you guys. We're going to look at the analytics. If the analytics are going up every single week, if you guys are watching this, you guys are subscribing, you guys are liking the videos, showing up, we'll keep doing this because it's all about you guys and serving you guys. But I'm not going to lie, I could find a lot of other things to do on a Friday night, like play Call of Duty with my kids or go eat sushi. So if you guys aren't getting value, you guys aren't taking action, you guys aren't getting results, you guys don't love this, I'll find something else to do. But if you guys are, I would rather spend time with you guys. All right. I love you guys. I appreciate it. And remember, you're only one product away. See you guys next time.